Alright, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Okay, we are from group 3. Want to present question about our material about identification and scope and the formulation of research problem. So I'm as a moderator, Fadisya as the first speaker, Devi Rusdyani as second speaker, Rozla Ersa Romadhia third speaker, Gebby Jeffany as fourth speaker. And for the first material will be explained by Fadisya. Fadisya, time is yours.
Thank you, the moderator. I will explain about the next material. The first material. The first material is about the definition about identifying research. After a problem or something wrong has been found or confirmed, the next step is to identify the problem or something wrong to find the main problem that will be used as a research problem. Based on the big dictionary, identifying is determined or establishing identifying here is for narrowing the research problem that will be presented. And according to Dhea, 2017, there are process of finding a point which will be used as a guide to understand the meaning of a wall problem. The first is attendance. This is thinking backward in finding the factor that caused the main problem. And the next is precedent is thinking ahead, namely thinking about impact arising from the main problem. Okay, next slide, please. This is example of step to find the identifying the problem. The trick is to ask many questions as possible regarding the irregularity. And as you can see in this slide, there are some questions that we use to identifying the problem. Okay, next slide, please. Next slide, please. And the last is in identifying the problem. There are some sources that can be used. The first is experience, the second is theory or deduction, and then the related literature. Okay, that's all from me. I give you back to moderator.
Okay, thanks to Fadisya. For the next material will be explained by Devi. To Devi, time is yours.
Okay, thanks to moderator. I will explain about the scopes of research problem. The definition of scope of research problem, according to Sujono 2016, the scope is all things in the form of physical or tangible forms that exist around humans. The scope can be interpreted as animals, plants, and other physical forms that become companions in human life. In the research, the scope can mean the limitation of the variable used, how much is researched, and the area of the research location and others. Next slide, please. And the benefit of creating scope of research problem, according to Moderator 2007, there are some benefits creating the scope of research problem. For the first is scope is often used in the discussion of a matter. Second, limiting the problem, and third, facilitate the discussion, and the last is speed up the problem solving. Okay, that's all from me. Back to moderator.
Okay, thanks to Devi. For the next material will be explained by Rozla. Rozla, time is yours.
Okay, thanks to the moderator, I will explain about the formulation of research problem. Next slide, please. According to Revi, after a problem is identified, then the time comes when the problem stage formulated. Problem formulation can result in the research topic or a title from the research. Generally, the problem formulation must be done with the following condition. The first one is the formula should be clear and solid. And Second is the problem formulation must contain the application of the existence of data to solve the problem. And the third, problem formulation should be the basis of our hypothesizing. Four, problem should be the basis for the title of the search. And the last one is problem are usually formulated in the form of question. Okay, this is all about my material. I give back to moderator.
All right, thanks to Riza. For the next material will be explained by Gebby. To Gebby, time is yours.
Okay, thanks to moderator. I will continue about material, the formulation of research problem, the principle of formulation of research problem. According to Yeni et al. 2018, he said that the formulation of research problem serves to direct and focus further research activities. Once the research problem is formulated, the components of subsequent research activities and are aimed at solving the problem that has been formulated. Therefore, theories, research hypotheses, data analysis, and conclusions of research result must be consistent with the formulation of research problems. The next is the characteristic of problem formulation. The first is arranged in the form of question sentence. The second is asking about relationship or associating the existence between variables at last onto variables. And the last is can be tested through empirical methods, namely through analysis of data collected according to research variable. Okay, that's all from me. I give it back to moderator. Thank you.
All right, thanks to Gebby. For the last material, I will explain about the last material. Next slide, please. All right, I will explain about the characteristic of good problems formulation. According to Frankel and Molen, say that in bringing up good research problems that are, first is the problem must be feasible. This meaning is that the problem must be able to find the answers through a clear source that does not spend a lot of money, energy, and time. And the second is the problem must be clear. This means everyone gives the same perception of the problem. And the third is the problem must be significant. This means that the answer to the problem must contribute to the development of science and solving the problems of human life. And the last one is the problem is ethical. Ethical, this means issues are not related to ethical, moral, religious, and religious values. Okay, I think that's all for me. And that's all of the presentation of our group. Who want to ask a question, just please just type your name on the chat box. All right, if no one, I will close our presentation. If there is a mistake, I'm sorry, I'm apologies about that. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.